Hello friends, I am Mr. Bhalerao and I welcome you to my channel that is English for Learners. Friends, today we are going to learn one of the important topic, and that is how to write a proverb expansion or expansion of an idea. But before watching this video, as usual I request you, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Let's see. Proverb expansion or expansion of an idea. Expansion of an idea or expansion of a proverb is simple and straightforward. It involves 5 easy steps. They are: Step 1. Understand the symbol of the words in the proverb. Most proverbs or ideas are symbolic. The name of place or animal or things or person stands as a symbol of some quality. We have to try to understand that in the context of the proverb. For example, take the proverb, Rome was not built in a day. Here, the noun Rome is the name of a place. We also know that Rome was a great city. So, what does Rome stand for? It stands for greatness or success. Remember, it was a great city. Or take the example of, all that glitters is not gold. Here we have the noun gold. It is the name of a thing. We know that gold is a precious metal. So, what does gold stand for? It stands for precious. Step 2. Substitute the meaning in the idea or the proverb. Take the 2 previous examples. Rome was not built in a day, and all that glitters is not gold. Now, substitute the symbols we found out earlier in the sentences. What do we have? Greatness or success was not built in a day. All that glitters is not precious. The proverb is now decoded and ready for understanding. Step 3. Look for a story or anecdote or example or illustration. Now that you have understood what the proverb stands for or what the proverb means, we should look for a suitable example to illustrate it. Where do we get these stories? There are plenty of them. Aesop's fables are ideal. So are the tales of India, the Panchatantra. We can also look for example from today's world. We could, for example, for the proverb, Rome was not built in a day, talk about the effort put in the Barack Obama to achieve greatness, and that it took many years to build it, that it did not happen overnight. Step 4. Look for similar proverbs or ideas. Patience, persistence and perseveration make an unbeatable combination for success. By Napoleon Hill is similar to Rome was not built in a day. So is the proverb, do not judge the book by its cover. similar to all that glitters is not precious. Now step 5. Sum up the paragraph. Use summing up words or phrases to indicate that you have finished the expansion and intend to sum it up. You could use thus or in fine or so, or the proverb advises that let the reader know that you are signing off. So, we have 5 steps on how to do expansion of an idea or expansion of proverb. Step 1. Understand the symbol of the words in proverb. Step 2. Substitute the meaning in the idea or the proverb. Step 3. Look for a story or anecdote or examples or illustration. Step 4. Look for similar proverbs or ideas. And step 5. Sum up the paragraph. This is how I do expansion of an idea or expansion of a proverb. Now let's see examples of an expansion of ideas. 1. Slow and steady wins the race. Answer. This proverb is a reference to the well-known fable of the hare and the tortoise. While the hare, overconfident of success, took things too easy, the slow-moving tortoise plodded steadily on and managed to win the race. We should not be discouraged by the size of the task we have to do. If we do it little by little and steadily, we can achieve success. Take the case of a student who labors 18 hours a day near the examination. He cannot ensure brilliant results that could have been certain even by 6 hours a day's study. Anything done in a hurry cannot have solid, deep and firm foundations. It is the slow and constant labor that brings result. For example, a businessman should be patient and calm-minded. He should look in all directions before striking a bargain. If he is in a hurry, chances are that he may not consider all aspects fully and thus stands to lose. The work done coolly, calmly, with a balanced mind often lasts longer and proves fruitful than that done by working against the clock. Thus, while doing anything, we must not forget that nothing worthwhile can be achieved in a single day or overnight, and that every achievement takes time. Patience and persistent effort will beat the labors of spasmodic or irregular person. Next proverb. Rome was not built in a day. Expansion. Rome in the proverb stands for any great achievement. Romulus and Remus built the ancient city of Rome. It took many years and thousands of workers to construct the magnificent city of its time. Huge amounts of energy, resources, and expenditure and time were involved in erecting the city that became the envy of the world. Similarly, any great task in life does not happen overnight. It requires time and effort. It grows out slowly after years and sometimes even after centuries of careful and patient work. Take for example the great wonders of the world. We often admire their greatness but are apt to forget the tremendous amount of money and material, human labor, and time that have gone into their making. The Taj Mahal, a marvel of architectural workmanship, took 17 years to complete. The huge pyramids of Giza took several generations to attain their overpowering magnitude and staggering height. The Great Wall of China is another case in point. These random examples are enough to prove the truth of the saying. Similarly, a student who desires to top the class has to devote most of his time in studying hard. He has to put in time and effort. He has to plan his schedule in proper way from day one. Students who study at the nick of time end up getting bad scores. Nothing can be achieved in a single day. There is nothing called instant success. Therefore, one should be patient throughout his journey to reach his goal. Next example. A stitch in time saves 9. Actions speak louder than words. Expansion. On the surface, the proverb says that a thing that needs mending ought to be mended before it assumes serious proportions. Take for example a cloth that is a little torn. It can be easily mended with a single stitch. But if it is neglected, it requires more stitches. Further neglect may also make it useless. By extension, the proverb means that timely action helps us in overcoming problems. Prompt action at an early stage prevents serious trouble in future. Take for instance the breach in a dam in Gujarat. It was not repaired in the early stages. This resulted in the bursting of a dam. A water sheet of 20 feet high ran across the village and thousands of people died in Murairi, a beautiful city, in 3 minutes. It is a case of delay, and delays are dangerous. Same is the case of a student who falls into the habit of procrastination. He must read his lessons regularly. He must not postpone them. If he neglects to study in time, he will have to strain before the examinations. He will have to burn the midnight oil. It may spoil his health, and in addition, there is every danger of forgetting whatever he has read. He becomes a victim of tension and fear. A boy stole a pencil from classmate and showed it to his grandmother. Instead of questioning him about it, she kept quiet. The boy's theft went unchecked until one day he was arrested. If the boy had been corrected in time, he would not have become a thief. Timely action would have prevented him from falling into wrong ways. Thus, the saying advises us to take timely action, for a small hole, if neglected, will sink a big ship. Next proverb. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Expansion. The proverb stands as a touchstone of true friendship. It states that only that person who helps us when we are in need or difficulty is a true friend. In our daily life, we come across people who over a period of time become close to us. But we cannot be sure if they are true friends or just fair weather friends. Many people develop contacts with the influential people for their benefit. It will be a great mistake if one considers these apparently close people as friends. The test of true friendship is in time of difficulties. On the other hand, the fair weather friends disappear in time of trials. They find excuses to distance themselves from us. But a true friend will always stick to a person if that person is in deep trouble. He will be concerned about the welfare of a person when he considers as a friend. If need be, he will make every effort to help his friend overcome the difficult situation instead of running away from him. As the saying goes, prosperity makes friends and adversity tries them. The epics of India showcase timeless illustrations of true friendship. In the Ramayana, it is between Ram and Sugriv. In Mahabharata, it is between Krishna and Kuchela, between Duryodhana and Karna. Such friendships stands the test of time. Such friends are life's greatest blessing. Friendship with people like these lasts a lifetime. Thus, the proverb not only shows the nature of true friend, but also offers a method of choosing good friends. It also cautions us of fair weather friends. It is a common experience to hear politicians make tall promises before elections and to conveniently forget them after they are elected. Their actions do not match their words. That is why we do not trust them. Words sound good, but actions prove the genuineness of one's intention. In olden time, a man's word was a matter of honor, even unto the point of death. In modern times, people make all kinds of big promises which they have little intention of keeping. People like to say nice things to give a good impression of themselves, but once they have left the place, they think nothing of what they claim to do. We can only call such person a cheater or a liar. Person who says one thing and does something to the contrary is a highly irresponsible person and ought to not to be trusted. We too should develop the habit of matching our action with words at all times. Next example, practice makes perfect. Expansion. You cannot become a world-class musician unless you take up your instrument and play on it daily for hours together. You cannot become a Tendulkar merely through inborn skill. You have to go to the nets every day for hours to practice. You need a coach to guide you and tell you where you go wrong. Merit holders in board examination do not achieve their marks by pure inspiration. They have studied throughout the year and revised and re-revised and made themselves perfect in whatever they have set out to study. It is only regular practice that makes one perfect. If you don't practice your work regularly, you will at the most be average in your performance. You will not win prizes or medals or awards. The most difficult task can be performed by anyone if they take the trouble to practice daily and regularly. In fact, you can achieve almost anything with practice. If you don't practice your work regularly, You will at the most be average in your performance. 5 fingers make a hand. A hand makes a handshake. A handshake extends warmth and friendship and reaches out to the world. India is a land of diverse people, cultures, religions, languages, and geography. Yet, as long as we are united, we are strong and no one can do us harm. The moment we show any sign of division, we will be vulnerable and enemies will try to take advantage of this situation. A team in which the individual members play for their own good cannot win a match as long as it plays for good of the team. It can win. Anything that we do should be done for the general good, not for the individual. Then only can we achieve victory.
Friends, I wish you might have liked this video. If you liked it, please share it. If you have any suggestions for me, please write in comment box. Wish you a good day. Thank you very much.